The most famous last words in history. Many well-known personalities left famous quotes in their final moments.
That's the way it goes. One in, one out.
Many famous people are known not only for their life's work, but also for the last words they uttered shortly before their death. Joe DiMaggio. I finally meet Marilyn, were the last words of the American baseball star, who was married to Marilyn Monroe for a while. Muhammad Ali. The famous boxer had already made peace with life at the time of his death. On his deathbed, he spoke his last words, I feel no pain, no pain. Don't cry for me, Rahman. I will be with Allah. I've made peace with God. I'm fine. Rahman, how do I look? James Brown. Shortly before he died, the singer told his longtime manager Charles Bobbitt, I'm going away now. Emily Dickinson. The American poet's last words were, I have to go inside, the fog is rising. Lucille Ball. The famous actress responded with her last words when asked if she needed anything. She said, my Florida water, the U.S. version of real cologne water. Thomas Edison. Before he died, Edison was in a coma. When he awoke briefly, he said, it's very beautiful over there. Frank Sinatra. According to his wife, who stood by Frank Sinatra on his death, the famous singer said, I'm not losing myself. Steve Jobs. His sister told the New York Times that the former Apple CEO's last words were, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow should have been. Benjamin Franklin. Nothing comes easy to a dying man. Franklin is said to have said when his daughter asked him to change his position so he could breathe better. Charlie Chaplin. Why not? After all, she is his, were the famous comedian's last words after a priest said to him, may God grant grace to your soul. Frida Kahlo. In her last diary entry, Frida Kahlo wrote, I joyfully hope for the transition from life to death, and I hope never to return, Frida. Coco Chanel. The French fashion designer addressed Coco Chanel's last words to an employee. They read, so this is how you die. Winston Churchill. Churchill died in 1965 as a result of a stroke. He said, everything bores me. Elvis Presley. According to the memoirs of Ginger Alden, king of rock and roll's last wife, she said, don't fall asleep in the bathroom. Elvis then replied, okay, I won't. Those are said to have been his last words. Amelia Earhart. The American aviation pioneer and women's rights activist wrote in her last letter to her husband, women must try to achieve their goals, just as men have done. If they fail, their failure should be a challenge to others. Diana, Princess of Wales. Oh my God, what happened? Were Diana's last words as firefighters tried to rescue her from the crashed car. Humphrey Bogart. According to a report from the website Business Insider, before he fell into a coma, Bogart told his wife, take care, kid. Come back quickly. Karl Marx. The famous philosopher ends his life with a final piece of wisdom. Last words are for fools who have not yet said enough. Bob Marley. Bob Marley left his son a final message before he died. It read, money cannot buy life. Tupac Shakur. Fuck you, were the last words the legendary rapper spoke when a paramedic asked him who shot him, according to the website Billboard. Che Guevara. Just shoot, you coward. You will kill a man, the revolutionary shouted to his executioner, Sergeant Turin. Archimedes. The Greek mathematician died at the hands of a Roman soldier during the conquest of Syracuse. According to legend, he was solving a mathematical problem when he was surprised by the looter. Before he was slain, Archimedes is said to have said, do not disturb my circles. Leonardo da Vinci. On his death, the famous polymath said, I have offended God and man because my work did not reach the quality it should have had. Vincent van Gogh. According to a letter from his brother, the tormented artist told him when he spoke about his healing, "The sadness will remain forever." Harriet Tubman. Tubman died surrounded by her family. The most famous African-American escapee from the Underground Railroad, which freed slaves from the American South, sang the lyrics to the song "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot" as she died. Edith Piaf. "You have to pay for everything in life" were the French singer's last words.